His campaign is not active in state, and Democratic National Committee has called upcoming vote meaningless in terms of scheme of selecting candidates. More than a dozen candidates will be on the Democratic ballot, including perennial primary challengers Marianne Williamson and Rep. Dean Phillips. Still, strategists believe Biden will emerge victorious on Tuesday, thanks to a grassroots turnout campaign that has been in the works for months. Joe Biden will win by leaving, said Jim Merrill, a senior GOP strategist based in New Hampshire. And I think that's not just a product of Dean Phillips' launch failure, but also a product of the core Democratic opinion leaders rallying around Joe Biden. A defeat or a close election in New Hampshire would likely reignite debate about Democrats' distaste for Biden as their presumptive nominee, but those involved in written effort believe Biden's victory, even if symbolic, would send a message about the president's power at start of an election year. I think this will reflect strong support for the president. I think people realize that our democracy is in danger. Our freedoms are at stake. Especially for New Hampshire, said New Hampshire State Sen. David Waters, who was involved in the writing effort. I think people want to send a message, he added. This is actually important to us. It's opening salvo of the general election. And we're going to send President out of New Hampshire with strong support. Last year, DNC formally approved changes to primary calendar that would put South Carolina first and displace Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primary. But New Hampshire state law requires state to go first, and the Republican-led legislature did not adopt DNC amendments. In a letter to the New Hampshire Democratic Party on January 5, DNC officials informed leaders that no delegates would be awarded based on the January 23 primary. NHDP should take steps to educate the public that January 23 is a non-binding presidential preference event is meaningless, and NHDP presidential candidates should take all possible steps to not participate, the DNC wrote. Biden and his campaign are not participating in state primaries to comply with DNC regulations and have not accepted the write-in effort. Write-in organizers said the goal was simply for Biden to win on Tuesday, arguing that a victory without him even being on the ballot would be a success. Democrats pointed to Sen. Lisa Murkowski's successful write-in effort in 2010, when she won the general election with just 39% of the vote. Unlike Biden, Murkowski was directly involved in the campaigns in her own race. Waters said some New Hampshire Democrats began preparing last August for a possible conflict if the DNC changed its primary calendar while the Granite State stuck to its primary calendar in national law. Leaders of the write-in campaign have attended more than 60 Democratic committee meetings and state party events over the past few months.